Today we will tell you a little bit about the sexual factor of all men born on January 17th leap years or January 18th of common years. We will look at not just who he is, but what he is like in the sexual factor. All information is selectively taken from the Catalog of Human Population. Alright. January 18th born man can be compared to a rooster in a hen house. Even if he says that he does not need a hen house and that he is a man of freedom, it is not the truth. He needs a hen house. And what we mean by that is some place, some job where there are lots of employees that are preferably females. It would be best if they're not simply many women, but that they're all sexually attractive. If a man who was born on January 18th is not married, then he has many options as far as trying out his sexual strength and then choosing a life partner. If a man who was born on January 18th is married and married happily, that does not abolish his sexual appetite, which is very original. But we will come back to that later. In case of a married January 18th man, he can endlessly repeat that he and his wife live in complete harmony and simply cannot live without each other. However, in the sexual factor, this man's weakness is that he cannot say no to all women for the sake of having just one. On the other hand, it is possible to say that he's strong, but in his very own way. He is a strong collector. Today one woman, tomorrow another one, and the next day another one again. And they're all different because he enjoys women that are unlike each other. This man is a collector who puts together his collections rather quickly and impatiently. On the other side of this is the fact that he thinks about his collection and may like it or not like it, but he is very protective of it regardless. Just like any jealous rooster who does not like competitors. January 18th born man is very similar. He hates all, young and old competitors, especially if he is the boss, since he can see his employees directly from his office and observe them. He is a very attentive boss, actually. At the same time, his attention is goal-oriented. Of course, it is not possible to just come up to a woman, flirt with her and expect intercourse. So, a January 18th born man has many tools he uses. For example, he makes up stories about urgent business trips, corporate events and parties. If the corporate party is held at the big venue or in some large building, it means that there are many hidden corners and dark places. There, unnoticed January 18th born man can quickly have some privacy with some hen who thinks that by having sex with her boss, she will go up the corporate ladder faster and get extra bonus. We must say that more often than not, these women do actually get these extra dividends. Because January 18th is very caring daddy. A capricious one, but still very caring. Therefore, dear wives of men born on January 18th, do not flatter yourself even if he insists that you are the only woman in his life. But if you decide that you want to check and see if your January 18th man really is faithful or not, just visit his office. If he is the boss, then you should find out for how long his employees have been working for him. Just ask a few of the most attractive women there how long ago they started. For sure, those women who have been working with your husband for a long time obviously have not gone unattended by your husband. Here's another trick for wives of men who were born on January 18th. As soon as this man comes home and does not carry out his marriage duties, if you know what I mean, and as an excuse says that he's very tired from work and absolutely exhausted, it means that his workday or business trip included sex. It would be easy to find out who from his workplace traveled with him, for example. And from there, your female intuition will surely show you the truth, so to speak. And to you, January 18th born men, we would not recommend playing a James Bond, regardless of how well you pretend to be a person who is always clean and always hides the footprints you will not be able to hide from your wife or one of your lovers. Women are tricky. Well, maybe you will be able, so to speak, blow dust into the eyes of your lover, but this will not work with your wife. There is no need to be too angry if you are a January 18th born man watching this. We understand that you have a sharp tongue and will use it to swear and curse. But after all, you're quite educated, or at least it would be nice if you were. However, the most interesting part is that we will allow ourselves to suggest that most of all January 18th born men curse and swear during the peak of their sexual experiences. By the way, January 18th born men, please do not walk around naked with your hands. Your jealous wife might easily hire a paparazzi or a private detective who will make sure to take pictures of your goods from all angles, front, top, bottom, and in profile. Then for sure you will be caught regardless of what your answer to the question, "Have you been faithful?" is. Perhaps, men born on January 18th, you might be able to save yourself from paparazzi considering how swift you are in sex as well as in all of your movements. If you start and finish quickly, then quickly slip out, rush to the shower, and run back to fulfill your work duties. Well, in that case, we hope that sex racers like you will be lucky and you will not be caught. Oh, and by the way, January 18th born men, do pay attention to your shoes and to what is inside them. Yes, we're talking about your feet. If you use them to simply go to work, that is just half the trouble. But if you also use them to kick around the ball, then we recommend you ventilate them more often and keep your calluses under control. Pedicure, ladies. Because after all, you do not always have sex right at the tennis court. Sometimes you do get inside a bed. Therefore, if you do not wish to aromatize everything around you with your shoes, socks and feet, then you should pay attention to your hygiene. If you do it, then you will have better luck with your quick sex life with January 18th. And here's one more final wish for men born on January 18th. Regardless of your stern look, how majestically you carry yourself and the elusive radiance of a crown on your head, do not forget that with your love for collecting, others may collect you. During sex, you look good in the beginning, but not so much during the process itself. And afterward, the woman asks herself, who? And then she comes to an uncomforting conclusion that she did, not you. For complete information about this or any other subtype structure, please visit www.catalogofhumanpopulation.org.